What's up, you guys? It's your girl Cardi Bree. So today's video is not going to be what you're typically used to seeing from me, even though I have not filmed in a super long time. I kind of just wanted to discuss mental health for a minute. So we're all in the middle of this crazy pandemic, and let me just say that your story is not another person's story. Everybody's circumstances, everybody's living situation, everybody's family life, everybody's mental stability is being affected in a different way, shape, or form than yours. So, yes, we need to be understanding of people, but we also need to always keep in mind what is right, what is common courtesy. Your simple values that you have should be very consistent and flow with how you're treating other people, how you're treating yourself, your home, your things, people in your life, etc. So the thing that I have such a big issue with right now is they keep brainwashing us into thinking that we're all in this together. However, 6 feet apart isn't being in this together. Our children not being able to go to school and smile at one another is not in this together. The fact that we can't visit people in the hospitals, we're not in this together. We can't go to a nursing home to visit our grandma or grandfather. The strict, let me just say, there is no rationality, there is no level head explanation to why our parks are closed, our kids can't go to school, but you can go to a bar. It just makes no sense. You can get on an airplane and they say remain 6 feet apart, but you're sitting next to in a full airplane next to 2 people right beside you, 3 people right in front of you, and 3 people right behind. The logic behind this does not make sense. And anybody who has a normal way of processing things or is good at rationalizing situations knows that something is deeply wrong with what we're going through and what we're being put through. And the people that are most in jeopardy right now are our children. And that's what scares me the most and why I'm so uncomfortable with all of this. And let me just say, as positive as I can be, I have always suffered with depression. I have suffered with suicide in the past, and this experience has made me feel all of those emotions and feel all of those things again. And I want you guys to really think about how some people are affected by all of this. You might think of it as a mask isn't that big of a deal, but to some people, having to adjust mentally to all of this, having all of these rules and stipulations on things, a lot of people are viewing it as that we're trying to be controlled, and that's exactly what they want. So here on Maui, people are still allowed to fly in every day, and our cases are rising. There's no logic in that, but our children's schools being cut down more and more. You can go to the bar and drink, but a lot of our parks here are closed. Picnic tables closed. The aquarium isn't open. Almost anything that has to do with a child is being affected. And then you have these poor kids out there that their parents are genuinely worried. And I'm not saying that you guys can't be worried. That's okay. But think about the pros and the cons behind it. Do you guys really know what happens when you cut off oxygen to your brain, which is what we're doing when we're having to wear a mask for a long period of time? You are literally making your oxygen levels decrease, which can give you long-term side effects, which way outweigh the risk of getting COVID, which is just a fever. Let's be honest, it's a fever, it's the flu. It's not that big of a deal. If you are sick, you stay home, you usually recuperate within a week. You clean, you sanitize, you do your own thing, you isolate yourself, cool. There is no reason. And Dr. Fauci even came out and said, there is no reason why we should be wearing masks right now, but it's mandated. Oh, well, the state has the right to do, which should also show you guys that this is all political. every part and aspect of this is political. Certain states open, certain states not. One block is open, stores open for business, and then yet another. And what I was going to say earlier about on Maui is all of our little mom and pop shops are being shut down. I mean, the small businesses and families that are local that have worked hard to make a name and a brand of themselves is completely being ruined, you guys. Their lives are being destroyed. Our families are starving. We can't go to work. I mean, all of our businesses are being shut down, and we're not dumb. We know why. It's because they want anybody who lives on this island to be well off. They want to switch it to getting all of the locals out and then bringing in all these white, rich, like has that certain demographic is what they want here. And you can say whatever you want to say. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying it to be real. And they want to shut all of the small businesses down so that you have to go corporate. So then there's only going to be Walmart shopping and Costco shopping and stuff like that. And you can't get anything that's local or unique or, I mean, it's just the mental strain that they're putting on you, on your children, on our relationships is mind-boggling. And I'm really kind of disappointed that we haven't fought back. And something that I had a discussion with God about with all of this was, why is a lot of this happening? It seems like everything now is being normalized that once was considered wrong. For example, California, like saying that pedophilia is just a type of a mental disorder is outrageous. It's disgusting. It's unthinkable and it's ununderstandable. There's no reasoning. I just don't understand it. And it does make me feel like the end times really are coming. And what Jesus told me was basically that not everyone is a child of his. Now, I'm not going to go into depth about that, but I do feel like that is why when he comes, there's only going to be a select amount of people that will go to heaven, because not all of us were created of him. And the only thing I will say on that topic is the keys to a soul is through the eyes. When you meet someone and you can feel that instant connection or an instant reaction, as in like you feel instantly creeped out, or you like instantly really like this person, you're gravitated towards that person. Our intuition gives us so many different signs and really guides and directs us in the right direction if we listened to it more. But the problem is we don't pay attention enough to our intuition if you're given one. Now, I truly think that the ones who are the most compassionate and empathetic and possess more emotions, I think that is your sign of a warm-hearted person who was created of God. And none of us look the same. We don't act the same. There are many children of God who are drug addicts, who are homeless, who don't meet that box of what you would think a typical Christian would look like. And that's why I don't like talking about organized religion. I think that you need to listen to your heart, needs to be your guide, because that's how Jesus speaks to us mostly. But going back on this whole mental health thing is there's so many people that are being affected in a horrific way from all of this, you guys. And they want to say be kind by wearing a mask, yet you're not being kind towards people who have mental disorders. I asked my son's school, I said he had to have his tonsils and adenoids both removed to help him breathe better. And if anybody knows what adenoids are, it's an airway that helps you breathe. So, or to help open, they had to open it up they had to remove it. Anyways, so I'm not comfortable with him wearing a mask for that entire amount of time. I'm just not during when he's even allowed to go to school. And she said, oh, well, it's required, even though he has a medical condition. It's just, and you guys know that dementia, Alzheimer's, I mean, there is a lot of really bad stuff that can happen in the long run from wearing these masks. And people don't think about it. They just think, oh, we'll wear it. It's not a big deal. Not realizing that your future health is going to be dramatically affected by this. Not to mention the vaccine, we all know it's getting out of control here, where now I've seen in Utah, they're making people wear a blue or a red mask, blue meaning vaccinated, red meaning unvaccinated. The fact that they can force that on us. I mean, they're just closing in little by little. And it's like everyone's like, oh, just comply and it'll all be over with. No. They're going to keep taking you guys, and they're going to keep being invasive, and they're not on your side. What I want to close this video in is we need to really be a community. We need to be talking to each other, our neighbors, our friends, people around you. The government doesn't want us to think that we don't need them, right? You're good friends with a farmer. Okay, what can you contribute to where you could trade? I mean, honestly, if we just kept this where we were very community driven and community oriented, we wouldn't be in this situation. And they don't want that. They don't want us to be a community right now. And that is exactly what we need. We need community. We absolutely need God. And I'm telling you guys right now that I think that God to a lot of people is some like made up thing, you know, or it's like a persona or an imaginary thing that, you know, people talk about and people go to church. And I'm here to tell you that he is real. 150 million%. God of creation. He really exists. He is really up there. Keep that in mind. You want to be in disbelief, but know that I am here as a witness that he is real. He is up there, and there will be a judgment day. And when you're finally judged, what are you going to say? Oh, well, because of the coronavirus, it was okay for me to treat other people like crap or like they had the plague. Since when do we lose all of our tact, all of our etiquette? And the other problem with right now is nobody minds their own business. Everyone is so in everyone's business right now. If we all minded our business, yet when we were productive members in society, we were contributing to them, this world would be a much different place, and a lot more of us would be on the same page. But they have got you all so scared. You won't fight. You won't take what you literally are like deserve. I mean, they're stripping us of everything, all of our independence. You can't go to church right now. You can't go to the park. I mean, the fact that we can't do those certain things and go to school, yet you can go to the bar and drink, you can go to the liquor store. It's just, it's outrageous. And I guarantee more suicides have happened during this COVID than all the deaths of COVID combined worldwide. I could guarantee you that. And I would love to see some stats on the suicide rate and how many people are being medicated for depression right now. It's absolutely nuts, you guys. If we don't wake up, if we don't start doing something, it's not going to be good. We have to take back what is ours. And if we're not willing to do that, then God will for us. So I hope that some of you guys got something from this. I hope that maybe it opened up your eyes to another perspective, that it's not always about being kind equals wearing a mask. No, kindness is its own thing. And it should always be consistent. All the time, regardless of COVID. It's absolutely a despicable excuse to treat someone poorly because of the COVID virus and because you want them to be kind and wear a mask. However, the way that you're approaching them is absolutely in no way, shape, or form kind or courteous or tactful or respectful. Nobody has any couth these days. It's given everybody an excuse to be isolated and be crappy and be mean and be scared. The fact that we can't see each other smile. There is so much wrong with what's going on right now. It's not just about wearing a mask, you guys. It's a lot deeper, and there's a lot more to it than a lot of people know or realize or want to own up to, but maybe you never will. Some of us understand, and at the end of the day, Lord is the Lord, and he is King of all, and he reigns over all. So regardless of what happens, I will stand firm in my faith. He is a firm foundation for me, but it's crazy because I feel like a hypocrite because I'm battling depression and suicide thoughts all the time. And I don't know how to cope with it. Some days I'm good, some days I'm not. But it's affected me on a whole nother level that so many people don't want to recognize or don't want to acknowledge. And it's happening to a lot more people than just me. There's so many people that I know that have always suffered with depression, and now it's like their all-time low. It's really sad, you guys. Mental health is the biggest thing that we are not talking about and we are not considering. So anyways, I hope this video did something for somebody out there. I'm sorry I haven't been filming, you guys. I have just had a really hard time with all of this, to be honest. I think it's all super wrong. I don't believe in any of it. Not saying I don't believe in the virus. I don't believe in putting your family and your life on hold for a virus. I don't believe in wearing a mask because the long-term side effects way outweigh the risk of getting COVID, which is a 99.8% cure rate. It just mind boggles me, and I'm not okay with it. And if you guys are feeling the same way as me, please reach out to me. That's what I want. I want to reach some of you. I want to communicate with some of you, and I want us to be together. I want us to be a community and work together and love each other and be more understanding of one another. I hope you guys are all doing as good as you can. And like I said, I am here if you need to talk. Bye.